Hey everyone, and welcome back to the long-awaited Nullivan Tribe Episode 2. Now it's about 2 years too late, but it's time to get this really going, build up the area, and make something out of it. I'm extremely excited to show you what's in store, so let's just jump straight on into the intro and on with the video. Alright, so let's get into the nitty-gritty details for this build. I decided to stick with the basic themes of using clay and stone as the basis for the huts, while also using thatch for the roofing. You won't see in the video, but I used brown thatch for the most part, and then added in some mossy thatch blocks, which adds a good bit of detail to the final product. Now, I want to give you a little bit of history on the Nullivan tribe so you can kind of have a little bit of an understanding here. This tribe was once a very proud and powerful indigenous people that ruled the western side of the continent of Yurn along with two other tribes. Before the Rizian Empire and before the major settling of the continent, this tribe was widespread and held a great influence over the two other ones. Now, after Aeslung was founded, there was a conflict known as Full Hort's War, in which the Empire of Aeslung fought against the native tribes of the Nullivan, the Sohurim, and the Richula. Now, this war devastated the indigenous tribes due to Aeslung's use of advanced weapons and armors. Now, because of their loss, they were delegated to a smaller set of land where they were forced to reside under the agreement that any future conflicts would result in complete annihilation of their people. Now, this is all to say that the main inspiration for this village and for the indigenous tribes as a whole come from the history of Native Americans during the beginning of the United States colonization of the West. Now, I wanted to give the Nullivan tribe a troubled past in terms of conflict, but a very rich history in terms of religion, beliefs, and lore. So I hope you'll be able to see that moving forward in the series. Now, let me get past this part really quick because you know I got to do it. If you like the content and the videos I put out, please consider subscribing and commenting below so we can brainstorm and come up with even better ideas for this world. So that's pretty much it about for right now. Let's get back. I'll put on some music for you. I'll meet you again for the walkthrough, and I'll see you in just a second. Alright everybody, so I'm sure you remember this last bit if you watched the original Nullivan video. This is the initial spot in which we began building the tribe, but what we're going to do is we have this little pathway, and this was a design that I was kind of wanting to come up with a long time ago, but it was only really made available with the new Conquest Reforged update. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this gate here, and as you can see here, we actually have a lot of the new builds. So right off the bat, we have a small little fodder pile, manure, stuff like that to really get things working. Small little shelter here using some stairs, but I'm really excited to kind of show you the houses right now. So actually, let me start down here. No, let's go up. So what we're going to do is we're going to get to this one later, but we're going to go all the way up this little pathway, and right off the bat you can see there's just a little bit of laundry. I might actually tear this down and build a road cutting over that hill, but we will get there. This is actually just some really cool rock designs, almost like standing stones, but I just wanted this to be like a natural fixture, so I am going to build more, and some will be larger, some will be smaller, but all around this area it's going to hold kind of more of a spiritual belief for the Nullivan people. But I just wanted to throw this in here. I think it looks really cool, and it's right next to this major hut. Now this major hut here is actually going to be kind of like their religious center. So going in through this little bearskin, you can see here we actually have this beautiful tree growing out of the middle, and it actually goes all the way up to like the center point, which you can't really see, but it's in there. Now, this hut is their religious area, so they would come in here, they would worship, they would say their prayers, you know, whatever the case may be. I'm still working on their religion a little bit, but I really like the way that this came out. I kept all of the interiors very, very basic, because you have to remember, this tribe in a sense is still kind of primitive. Okay, they do have good technology to an extent, but they're not as well versed in like ironworks and metalworks and stuff like that as some of these other nations. But I love the way that this looks, the green and the pink leaves with the tree going up the middle. We have some small like pillows / mats here for prayer and things like that. So love the way this came out. Like I said, simple, but it gets the job done. And if you go up, you can actually see, if I can get up, there we go. You can actually see, like, you could open this and the sun would reach down, and that's how the tree grows. So a little bit of like mysticism there, but I think it turns out really well. Really like the way that it looks. And what we'll do is we'll go down and I'll show you the second smaller hut just right here, slightly off the beaten path. Now this is just a very small family. They live here. We have this small bit where the smoke would go up. Now the beams are blocking it, but that's okay. But we have some beds, some jars for food, water, stuff like that. That's about it. Okay, like I said, a lot of these interiors are very simple. Now going down this pathway once more, we're actually going to take this small little cutaway here. We are going to go into this one, and this one's a little bit nicer. So this is going to be for a larger family, and you can see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 9 beds. So this is for like kind of like a communal hut, or just a larger family. But we have some herbs and things like that hanging. We have a campfire here in case they wanted to cook something. And of course the open airway, in which I put a campfire for some smoke, but it still works all the same. Now as you can notice, there's not a lot of banners or anything like that in here, and that is by design. I wanted this to be very simple, and you can tell like parts of the patterns have been washed away just due with time and things like that. But once again, simple interior, but it works out really well. I love the way that it came out. We have these supports supporting the ceiling and everything like that. Kind of comes together here. So we're going to, once again, take this path down, and we're going to go down to this other little hut right here. And this is the last hut. Yeah, this is the last hut. They don't have anything here. And you can tell the campfire's been put out. But once again, small little home. They have this for heat. That's about it. Okay. Very, very, very simple. Now, if we go down here, we have the small port, but I want to show you this real quick. So if you go up this path, we actually have these areas where the plants are. So you can like go in, you can harvest them, and they have multiple layers. Like this is potatoes, that's wheat, and down here is some more wheat. So you can kind of see from there. And I'll kind of give you a little bit more of a detail on that in just a moment. But lastly, we just have the small little dock here. Now this will not be the only dock for them, but I wanted to make this kind of a focal point, and I tried to make it really worn out and just beat up, as you can tell. Just really make it shine in a sense of like it being out here for a very long time, kind of being worn down. So we have these beautiful carved wood pillars here. We have this super tiny boat. You can see you can like sit down, you can row, all that good stuff. And it's all there. So yeah, now let me give you a quick little flyover. Once again, here is the original area. This is the new and improved area, and I think it came out really, really well. You can see here the crops. I tried to add a good bit of detailing in the walls to kind of break it up, make it look like it's worn down over time, considering that it's right next to the ocean. It would have that moisture, it would have winds, and you know, potentially storms where the water comes up and raises up and kind of wears away at it over time. But yeah, this is it. All of them have like small little farm areas next to their homes for the most part. And once again, the large one, and a lot of them have smoke coming up just to kind of add some detail. So that is pretty much the build. I really like the way they came out. I'm very happy that I was finally able to work on this again. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Thanks for popping into the video. Really appreciate it. If you have any ideas on how to make this more like Native American / fantasy-esque, definitely let me know in the comments below. If you haven't joined the Discord, let me know there. I'd be happy to listen to you, happy to work on it. But thank you so much once again for watching this video. This is the Legendary Porpoise signing off. Have a good day and happy gaming.